Hello and welcome, this is Rooflemonger, and this video will be the current state of the competitive meta for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So over the course of this video, what I'm going to be showing you is a bunch of stats of the top 16 character usages from the last 3 big major tournaments that held Dragon Ball FighterZ. That'll be Southeast Asia Majors, East Coast Throwdown, and the Canada Cup. But if you saw the thumbnail for this video and you see the two people you're looking at right now on the screen, the long and short is of the current competitive meta is, the current competitive meta is 16 and Bardock, if you want to be super reductive about it. They absolutely, through a course of all 3 major tournaments, represent the bulk of the character usage in each of the 3 tournaments, top 16s. Bardock and 16 are the 2 most used characters by a lot, and hey, why is that the case? Well, hey, it's because they're 2 of the best characters in the game. That's the long and short of it. I know it's a bit of a meme that I seemingly downplay Android 16, which I never really got because I absolutely think he's one of the best characters in the game. Perhaps I don't think he's the best character in the game because, you got a character like this in the mix, right? But yeah, 16, why is he on most teams? Well, hey, it speaks for itself, really. He's really good. He has vicious normals. He controls space really well. He controls, the neutral really well. He does above average damage. He plays well with basically every single assist in the game. No matter what your assist is, 16 will find a way to work with it. And he has one of the hands down best assists in the game in his Arm Blast. And Bardock, well, I don't really got to explain too much, do I? If you're aware of competitive Dragon Ball FighterZ at all, well, Bardock, he does this thing, he does this thing, and a bunch of other garbage in between. I'm sorry, I'm not a Bardock fan personally. But yeah, Bardock is an absolute monster. He's absolutely stifling. He is absolutely oppressive. Once he's got his claws in you, it's hard to get him off. And once you take that level 3, it's basically flip a die, guess wrong, you lost the character, right? So why people are picking Bardock is not a shocker at all. So between 16 and Bardock, these are obvious choices if you're in a tournament and you want a high placement. So very quickly before we get into the first set of character usages here, I do want to talk about Cell. Cell was a character, since the last time I made this video, widely considered to be probably the best pound for pound character in the game. And he got a little nerf. And that little nerf was honestly enough to send people scurrying, it would seem. Even though Cell is still indisputably one of the single best characters in the game, his usage in tournament format has dropped precipitously. Because even though he's one of the best characters in the games, hands down, he is no longer kind of #1 with a bullet, and that seems to have sent people scattering. So as far as character usage goes in top 8, you're going to see it very heavily stocked towards, 16 and Bardock. But besides that, we got some decent variety going on. So now let's just go to Southeast Asia Majors. Alright, so now hopefully if I didn't botch this, the numbers will be scrolling by on the screen now. So let's look at this. Out of a top 16, 9 people, so that is a little over half of all 16 players, chose to pick Android 16. So once again, 16, viciously strong character. He's basically good at every single aspect of the game. He's fine with assists. He's totally fine solo. He's got one of the best assists in the game. He's got some of the best normals in the game. And he's just an all-around threat. He's not necessarily the best at every aspect of the game, but the thing that really helps 16 is he can basically fit into any single team you put him on. No matter what your composition is, no matter what position you want to put him in, 16 will fit. And that is like truly his biggest strength. Someone like Bardock. Bardock, he's a little more finicky, and Bardock was half of all teams, by the way, with 8 people. He's definitely a lot more finicky. He does want certain teammates. He wants certain people to make him shine. And if you just slap him on any old team, he will not be as effective as he could be, unlike 16. So 16's versatility is definitely where he shines. I think Bardock's highest points are higher than 16's, like where he really shines, especially in like the mix-up pressure situation. But Bardock will demand a bit more specific team versus 16. You can literally hit random select almost, and he will fit any combination teams. After that, Gotenks and Tien and Kid Buu make some appearances here at 4, 3, and 3 respectively. And then we get kind of filtered down here to the lesser play characters. We got, Super Saiyan Vegetas. We have 2 Android 18s. We got a Hit, we got a Frieza, we got a Beerus, that was Sonic Fox. Ginyu, Vegeta, and we got a decent amount of character representation here. So there's not any glaring omissions of characters that, like there's still no Krillins, but honestly at this point of the game, unless there's like a massive rework, we won't expect Krillins. But yeah, there's some decent character variety. We are overburdened with Bardock in 16. And a lot of Gotenks, and Gotenks is another factor throughout this. He's a very popular character because, he's a very good character. But overall, for Southeast Asia majors, a fair bit of variety in the character usage outside of, these two guys. Going onwards now to the East Coast Throwdown. A little less diverse. Actually, of the 3 tournaments, it's the least diverse. But we have here 7 Bardocks and 7 Android 16, so just under half of all players in the top 16 use both these characters. We have 6 Super Saiyan Vegetas, once again an incredibly strong character with debatably, and to me not really debatably, the best assist in the game, which is absolutely why you have him on your team, and he's certainly a very fine character on his own as well. A lot of adult Gohans, we have 5 here. Once again, adult Gohan, a viciously strong character by any measure, can do basically everything, and his damage output is through the roof. This is the one of the 3 tournaments that has any real Cell appearance here in the top 8. We have 5 people using Cell, so even though I mentioned earlier in the video, a lot of people gave up on Cell, at least in this case, Cell still makes a bit of an appearance. We have 3 Piccolos, 2 Super Saiyan Gokus, 2 Tiens, 2 Hits, 2 Goku Blacks, 2 Ginyus, 3 Gotenks, a single Kid Buu, and a single Yamcha. So yeah, the character variety is definitely not quite as present here. It's a lot of kind of roughly the same team compositions. Not to say there's no variety, because obviously, hey, there is, right? But yeah, a lot of characters show up a lot more than just, the 2 big bad boys, right? With a lot of adult Gohans and a lot of Super Saiyan Vegetas. So once again, in a competitive setting, people want to pick the characters that will let them win, right? Unless you're just going to have fun and fool around, right? You should probably do the same. And characters like Bardock 16, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Adult Gohan, these are the kind of characters that will definitely tip the scales in your favor, all things being equal, to help let you win. And our final of the 3 major tournaments, and the most recent, will be the Canada Cup. Unfortunately, I myself did not make top 16. I did get 25th place overall, which is honestly better than I was expecting, considering it was almost 2 weeks I haven't played the game before my first match, so I was expecting to go 0-2, so hey, 25th, I'll take it. If I did have the opportunity to practice, I hopefully could have made top 16 and put at least one Broly on the map. But I didn't, and my whole woes and everything about that are in my Canada Cup trip report video, so if you want to hear me moaning and whining, please check that out there, because there was a lot of stuff that went on. But anyways, I digress. So let's look at the character breakdown here. Here we have 8 Android 16. So Android 16 is represented in half of all players in the top 8. Or sorry, the top 16, that is. We have 6 Bardocks, 4 Kid Buus, 4 Super Saiyan Vegetas, 3 Adult Gohans, 3 Gotenkses, 3 Hits, which is a little against, common knowledge, common sense, I guess you would say, because Hit's not traditionally considered a very good character. But, Sonic Fox was playing a Hit, and we had some local hits as well. We had 2 Teen Gohans, 2 Trunks, 2 Cells, 2 Yamchas, and then everyone else is a 1 of, and if they're not on the list, then they're a 0 of in the top 16. So once again, in this particular breakdown, variety is pretty decent. Of the 3, only really East Coast Throwdown is suffering from a little lack of variety. We got at least a 1 of Imagine Buu, we got a Zamasu, we even got a Blue Vegeta, which is an incredibly rare character to see really in any context. So yeah, so with all these 3 tournaments said and done, what is the state of the meta? And once again, we just kind of hit the start of the video, but state of the meta is Bardock 16. And who's the people kind of appearing behind the scenes, running up? Well, we have characters like Kid Buu, we have characters like Super Saiyan Vegeta, we have characters like Adult Gohan, and we also have a lot of, not a lot, but a fair few Tiens. Tien's a character also really fits well in any team. He has an assist that's really, really good, and if you give him enough bar, then, it doesn't really matter how good the other player is. If they get hit, they lose the character, and that's kind of the beauty of Tien. And a lot of people are starting to realize, like, Tien's really good at that. Any touch into a dead character, as long as the bar is there, that's pretty dang decent. But yeah, so what are we missing? There's no Krillins. Characters like Goku Blue. Goku Blue is a character, despite the common opinion of him, I think he's one of the better characters in the game. Not one of the best, not one of the best. But I think he's a high tier character. This is kind of against common knowledge. I feel this character, the average person has him just kind of unexplored. They don't really know what he's capable of. But he's capable of quite a lot of stuff. And I guess maybe if he has more mainstream representation, the numbers of Goku Blues will go up, but until then, you know, not so much. But yeah, so compared to the last time I made this video, which was once again months ago, character diversity has gone up, which I'm very happy for. We still obviously have, you know, characters that are, you know, wildly more popular in a competitive setting than other ones, but overall character variety in the top 16 setting has gone up, and I think that is good for the health of the game. We basically all but know Season 2 is going to happen. When is it going to happen? Who knows? I don't know, right? You know, I guess common knowledge was saying perhaps around when roughly we hit the 1-year anniversary of the game, we probably would have either some news, or that would be roughly when it comes out. And it would come, you know, assuming new balances, new characters, and stuff to shake everything up. Change how core mechanics work, you know, probably homing dashing is going to work 100% the same way as it currently does. But yeah, so right now, I think the game is in a healthy spot competitively, despite, you know, the overusage of 2 characters. The diversity is there. You can pick characters that are not Bardock. You can pick characters that are not Android 16. You know, it is not Super Saiyan Vegeta. You can pick teams that don't have these characters, and as long as your skill is there, you can still do well and beat, you know, some of the big characters. I feel that the characters, you know, despite being as popular as 16 and Bardock are, I don't think they are worlds better than everyone else. I do think they are better than a lot of the cast, yes, but untouchably so, no, I don't believe that. So once again, I just think we're in a healthier spot than we were before the big patch, and hopefully it won't devolve, you know, and kind of just like we'll stale out and like be a lot more 16 than Bardocks. Hopefully people start exploring, you know, like we're almost a year into the game now, right? A character like Goku Blue is still relatively unexplored. I think he's a fantastic character, but you know, you talk to the average person, they're gonna say, oh, he sucks, because in my opinion, they just don't know how good he is. So hopefully characters like that get explored more, because there's still a lot of untapped potential in characters, you know, that can do a lot of damage, and just a lot of people don't seem to be aware of it. So overall, high hopes, looking forward to the future, and really looking forward to Season 2. But for now, that is it for this video. So for those of you who are watching, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.